Let me know. Oh, welcome to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, but you sound all like, oh,
adjusted,
like, hush, poor baby.
sick. I know.
Man.
Oh my gosh. And we couldn't cancel the other show, so like the show must go on. You know, black people, you're like, oh, I don't feel good. The weather's bad. We cancel it. So unfortunately, that can't keep happening. So we're gonna just keep pushing through as per usual.
We'll be all right.
We're gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Gotta go a little harder. But I know it was just Family Day long weekend, so there's so much to talk about. Family Day long weekend that just passed, as well as, what was it? Then Valentine's Day. Let's a little quick recap. Like, you know, what did you do for Valentine's Day and Family Day long weekend, Richie?
Valentine's Day, I didn't do anything because I'm single.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that news, but
yeah, I'm single, so I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Valentine's Day, actually purposefully didn't do anything this year.
Purposely?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
I said I'm single.
You said you're single.
And I'm not going to...
but are you seeing anyone?
Not on the level that
You know what?
requires or deserves Valentine's Day. To me, like, it's Valentine's Day is like real special.
It is special.
Right? So I don't want to just give it to like
Any
just
and everybody.
because. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
And then it's like I'm gonna be using the ideas that I got, and I'm not gonna have nothing left over for my wife.
Yeah.
Because I done did everything already for these random girls that popped up. So
Okay.
I did nothing. I did nothing at all. What about yourself?
What did I do for Valentine's Day? Just went to dinner. Very low key, just dinner and hanging out. Like, I don't know, lately I haven't been making a big fuss over Valentine's Day. Not that I really have over the past, just kind of like, you know, when people surprise me, I just, yay. And
Just
if
work
it's,
with it.
yeah, and if it's like dinner, then it's like, where do you want to go? Okay, I'll just pick a nice restaurant. And then we go. That's pretty much it, really. As far as, I didn't ask you about your family day, but Family Day long weekend, I was getting sick. I was really coming down with everything. Yeah, I've gotten sick, as you guys can tell. And I was pushing through the weekend. I made it, and then just full-blown been feeling like crap. So that's why I look like this today. So if you guys are like, oh, you don't look so bad, really and truly, it's a little bit of makeup and slightly combing my hair.
It does wonders.
That does a little bit of wonders. Yeah, because otherwise, you know. I didn't go out anywhere though. This weekend I was supposed to go to the OVO private party at Laval, I think it's called, and then we were supposed to go to Warner's after. That was like my plan, and none of the above happened. However, my girls went. Good times. I know they had a good time. Yeah, they had a really good time. So
what is an OVO private party? Is it just a private party that OVO keeps?
Yeah, because I don't think they like really promote it. Like,
are they like celebrating something, or is it just?
To be very honest,
You just want
I didn't really hear about it until I heard about it through like close friends.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it was just like, okay, we're going to put you guys on guest list type of thing. And then that was it. So otherwise, I really didn't, I never heard anything about it. I didn't know what it's for. I know it was during the Super Bowl. I keep saying Super Bowl, All-Star weekend. Yeah. It was during the All-Star game. Really.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, is it supposed to be connected? But it wasn't. It was like a full out party. Right? I don't know. I don't know their themes, but it was
the first time hearing about it, so.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
It was Ram.
Probably was.
Yeah.
I'm on the inner circle.
Ugh, whatever. I mean, the three parties that I found that were kind of competing that day was the OVO, Warner, and Movado.
Flux, right? Yeah.
Flux, right? And yeah, that's kind of where the crowd was all divided, I'd say, this weekend.
Cool.
But no shade. I have a question.
Yeah.
What song has Movado performed recently?
I mean, somebody had actually asked me that too when they heard he was coming.
Yeah.
And he has a couple new ones out, but I mean, it's hard. Not to say it's hard for him, but with like the Rigan Kings and the Alkalines and the all the newer
Yeah.
artists that are coming out, like the Governors and all of
Yeah,
them. You know
exactly.
what I mean? Like, if you look at it, Movado's been doing it for a very long time.
No, Movado is like
Right?
legend when it comes to this stuff.
So that's the whole thing. It's like people are always into what's new and what's hot, and it's hard for you to maintain that relevancy so consistent.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So he doesn't really have, I would say, like a top hit right now.
Yeah.
He's still putting out music, but it's kind of more right now just about maintaining for him. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. I was on the show.
Yeah, it's just kind of like maintaining for him more than anything else. And then, like, you know, doing these tours. I think now at this stage, it's kind of like he solidified himself. So it's almost like, okay, let's see what next part of my career now. Like, what's this next part
100%.
of my career?
Well, my thing is with bringing artists that already have that, you know what I mean? Like they have all those amazing tracks. They're legend in the game already. My whole thing is, your ticket prices can't be so high.
But you know what? Their fee is high.
Well, then don't bring them.
That's the thing.
No, like, let's be real. Like, I'm not trying to be no shade on
get you.
the Flux dudes. I love you guys 100%. I come to all, you know, any party, but yo, $50 is a lot for Movado when I don't really know any new songs that he's produced. I can sing the old songs, no problem, but my issue that I have is new songs. Like, you know what I mean? And then, these artists, especially dancehall artists, come and perform like 10, 15 minutes of a song. So then really, what did I pay for? You know what I mean? Some old tracks for 15 minutes. So I'm just putting it out there. Bring new artists. Bring new artists. Brand new artists even, because I'm pretty sure their fee's a little less than, you know, legendary. Exactly. They're trying to get it in. Yeah. So I feel like you're better to bring a Governor again, or, you know, newer artists that you feel are on the rise, because it brings the crowd, and keep your ticket prices at a decent rate unless it's somebody worthy paying $50 for.
Nah, I get you.
Just saying. Otherwise, Warner and those other parties will kind of, you know.
It's a different like environment, right? I haven't been to a Warner party in a few years. I think I'll probably go to the next one. Yeah. But just even the environment is, So.
But I feel like everybody kind of like, it's funny because I'll go to all three parties, and I know each party's kind of divided. There's a certain certain type of people at each different party, but then I do find there's a group of people that tend to go to all.
Yeah.
And then we'll shuffle through. And so what I noticed is through the grapevine and hearing all these things as well, that a lot of the crowd tended to go towards the other two versus Movado. Right. And I'm not sure if it's regarding, you know, again, I'm used to it being at Luxie. Free parking. It's closer. You know, little things are little, you know.
Yeah, no, that made a difference.
Makes
too.
a difference.
Like, a lot of people that attended Flux in like its onset were like downtown,
and then you're competing with the other parties, and then again the prices make a difference. So especially long weekend, you just want to go have a good time. By the time you spend $50, then buy drinks and outfit and hair, you know, like it just adds up. So I'm not saying don't make your ticket prices $50, just make it worthy of the artist coming down and the time spent. So
present a good package for sure.
Yeah, that's just a little thing I want to add. Other than that, did you have a good family day long weekend? You spent it with your daughter?
Yeah, I had my daughter. I don't think we really. Oh well, we had like a family dinner on Sunday.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was pretty cool. Yesterday was just like a real chill day.
Yeah.
And we did. My daughter is very like. She always wants to spend time, but then she doesn't want to spend time. It's like she never wants me to leave her.
But then she's like, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, like she'll be with me. And then yesterday is when we woke up, did breakfast and everything, and then we're in the house. So I had been watching The Office by myself. Yeah. And then she was watching it with me, and I'm like, oh, well, this isn't a kid show. So, you know what? I put something on for her. So I put on Incredibles 2. She's like, oh, I love this. This is like, she's apparently her fourth time about to watch it.
The kids can watch it over and over again. Give them the strength.
They can watch anything. Like, if they like something, they will kill it.
I know.
But like 25 minutes in, she was done. She just got up. She went for her iPad, and I'm like, "What happened
to our show?"
She's like, "Yeah, I'll come back soon." Oh, okay.
Okay, babes. That was that.
So that was our family day.
That's nice. My family day was with my parents. I just slept, loaded up on some Tylenol, cold and flu, and knocked out like nobody's business, and woke up at like 9 something. Like, whoa, it's that time. So. Yeah, I really didn't do much. I really just slept because I was really out of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the weekends. Let's get into Stay Woke news updates. So Toronto and most of southern Ontario are expected to see another low pressure system move into the province as snow and freezing rain are on the way from the GTA tomorrow. Expected. The GTA currently sits under a special weather statement from Environment Canada. And it's going to be happening tomorrow afternoon. So snow will arrive Wednesday afternoon, then quickly change over to freezing rain in the evening. Freezing rain or freezing drizzle will then change into occasional rain or drizzle by Thursday morning as temperatures edge above the 0 degree mark. And the statement warns the surface would be slippery as a result of precipitation. Lord, give me strength with this weather, okay? Like, I didn't think we were really going to have a winter, and boy, were we wrong. So just warm. I believe the weather when they tell us now something's going to happen.
Over the winter.
I am so ready for you guys.
The only good thing I like is that there's rain involved, and the rain will hopefully melt the snow.
You know what? I'm not excited about the rain because the rain freezes. And this is what they're saying to us. It's going to be freezing rain.
But then it'll turn into rain. And then the temperature is supposed to be warmer.
Not until Thursday. So tomorrow it's going to be snow, rain, freezing rain, and then not until the next day will it be just raining. So hopefully, because again, these things can change, right? But that's what's going to be happening. Hopefully not so bad, but that's what's going on. 2 people have life-threatening injuries after a shooting in the hallway of West End condominium building this morning. Police were called to the building on Lorthington Pathway in Caledonia Road and Lawrence Avenue area just after 9 a.m. for reporting shooting. So Inspector Mandeep Mann says officers arrived within minutes of located a 47-year-old woman and a 24-year-old man suffering from obvious gunshot wounds. Both victims were then rushed to the hospital via emergency run, where they were currently listed in life-threatening conditions. Mann says the police are looking for a male suspect who has been leaving the scene. Who's been seen leaving the scene on the shooting on foot. According to the police, suspects believe that Dubir had been dressed in dark clothing, and it was dark colored clothing, though no further description has been provided. The relationship between the 2 people from the gunshots room is not entirely clear, but Mann says they are possibly related. So I'm pretty sure they have more updated information on that now. But they did say that they'll be canvassing the area to get possible witnesses, video footage, and etc. to do more further investigation. They couldn't comment on whether the individuals with the gunshot wounds lived in the building or there was some kind of nature, going on with where they lived. And he also refused to confirm and dismiss the theory that these 2 individuals were shot could have been involved in some sort of altercation. So anything's possible at that point in time. And lastly, Netflix is setting up a dedicated production hub in Toronto, which is great news. They will film, and TV creators hope will provide new opportunities for local talent. The California-based steaming giant announced today it is expanding its presence in Canada, leasing 2 studio spaces along downtown Industry waterfront area. At Cinespace Studios, Netflix is leasing 4 new sound stages along with spaces for office and support work, totaling approximately 164,000 square feet. At Pinewood Toronto Studios Network, Netflix is also leasing 4 sound stages and adjacent office space totaling 84,580 square feet. And Netflix said it will provide jobs for up to 1,850 Canadians per year. And the leases are a multi-year and don't specify exactly how long. And this is actually great news, obviously, for the community. It's creating a lot of jobs. And because of its endorsements and high quality of work it comes out in our industry, it's obviously going to be a really good look for everyone.
Agreed.
Lord help me. You know how hard it was to get through that whole thing. And that's it for Stay Woke News Updates. Credits to CP24. Oh, Lord help me. I'm pushing through. I'm about to get a Kleenex while you go ahead with the events.
So Black History Month, and there's so many dope events going on. I found so many. I can't talk about them all, but if you need to know, you can even go to a website that is called, I'm going to give you the name right now. It's called buyblacks.com. It's actually a Canadian website that offers events and all things Black. So it's super, super cool. as well as just kind of like Eventbrite and all those regular sites that you could check out. So in terms of what's happening this weekend, starting Thursday, February 21st, there is the Black Arts and Innovation Expo 2019. So this is, I think it's an annual event. It's presented by Accelovate and First Book Canada. So they've partnered with leading corporations and entrepreneurs, philanthropists.
Yeah, you're right.
Artists and innovators to deliver an event that promotes diversity and inspires excellence in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And it's pretty cool. Like, it's something different because they're basically highlighting the things that, especially in today's day and age, don't get that much acknowledgement. Like, where everything is about entertainment and like the hot stuff and social media. Yeah. They're still like providing a spotlight on people that are kind of like still taking that path in science, engineering, and technology and all of that. So that's really cool. So they're actually going to be celebrating. There's 5 students every year that receive a scholarship of $5,000 each, as well as, you know, just a dope time to network with. They actually give away scholarships too, and they said if you wanna apply for a scholarship, please visit www.blackexpo.ca. So they actually provide scholarships and business grants. So all of my entrepreneurs, all of my people that are just starting out and think that, like, you know, they have to do it all on their own, even outside of just this grant, there are so many grants that the government provides. Definitely do your research if it's something that you're interested in. So that's happening this Thursday. Taking place on Friday, kind of another similar event. It's called Art at the X. So it's a Black History Month special happening at Hotel X, which is Toronto Falcon Sky Bar.
Did you say Toronto effing something?
Toronto, huh?
Sorry.
Oh, Falcon.
Sorry, you said
Toronto
Sorry,
Falcon.
I heard something. I was like, Toronto effing. I was like, wait a minute.
No, Toronto Falcon.
Maybe I just heard it wrong.
Sky Bar, which is located on the 27th floor of the Hotel X in Toronto. So it's a night of art, music, fashion, culture, and obviously, as always, some great networking opportunities. Yeah. Doors open at 7 o'clock. The after party starts at 10. And this event is free. All you have to do,
you know, we love a free.
We love the free. All you have to do is register. So if you go to I will spell it. It's Art at the X. So put that all together. So Art at the X, and X is just the letter X. So if you go to Art at the X-BHM, which is Black History Month -BHM.Eventbrite, you can register for this event and definitely try to take a part in that, because I think these things are important. Again, it's all about networking, and people are always thinking like you can only network, or if your friends aren't supporting your business, then like there is a whole world, there's a whole city of people that we don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that like they're literally like one phone call or one event away from opening doors that you never thought could open for yourself. So definitely check these things out. Happening Saturday the 23rd, a couple events. There's actually an event put on by Performance Plus One. It's called Youth Level Up. So it's actually a, what do you call it? Like a workshop. Okay. It's a workshop for leadership for youths aged 12 to 19. So it's a workshop with mentors. There's Dr. Joseph Smith, Altonia Taylor, who is the founder of College Athletic Prep Services, as well as Benjamin DeGraff, who is, I think he's a doctor, and DJ Elegance. So there's a whole lot of people who are going to be a part of it. This is taking place at the YMCA at 20 Grosvenor Street, which is downtown. It's like Young and College area. Okay. And it's a cool event, like for young people, you know what I mean? Definitely something for them to check out and again, network and make connections with people who can help you out. Maybe not even right now, but in the future. And last but not least, this Saturday again, is the TD Black Diamond Ball. So every year they have like a special guest. It's a real luxurious event. If you can get free tickets, definitely take them. But if not, tickets start at about $105 and go up to $200 because they have like different statuses. So you have like the VIP, you have the all access, you have the tickets that allow you to walk like the black carpet. Like I said, it's a pretty big deal. There's a whole lot of local and international stars. It's a very formal event, but it's all in celebration of Black History Month. And again, that is happening this Saturday. So definitely check it out if you can.
Great. Did you get to mention the Antigua and Barbuda one? I'll do it. You want me to do it?
I just downloaded it.
I could do it. No.
Okay, go ahead.
I could do it.
Yeah.
So the Antigua and Barbuda Association of Toronto presents Black History Month experience. And this will be arts and crafts for children there. There'll also be cultural foods and drinks on sale. Mainly there'll be performances, poetry, pretty much just celebrating Black history and the people in our community. And this will be taking place on Saturday, February 23rd. And it will be from 6 p.m. and it's located at 30 Tangiers. Is it Tangiers? Tangiers Road?
Tangiers. I call it
Tangiers. I know I want to say Tangier. I want to say Tangerine, but Tangiers Road in North York. So definitely come through. I'll be hosting. So I'll be posting and promoting it a little bit more throughout the week. But that's just a little update on that. So
super cool.
That's it for events. So let's get into the fashion buzz of the week. So this week's fashion buzz is Russell Wilson. So Russell Carrington Wilson, and I'll explain a little later. But he was born November 29th, 1988. He's an American football player, quarterback for Seattle Hawkins of the National Football League. Wilson played college football for the University of Wisconsin during 2011 season, and in which he set the single season FBS record for passing efficiency of 191.8 and led the team to a Big Win 10 title and the 2012 Rose Bowl. Wilson also played football and baseball for North Carolina State University from 2008 to 2010 before transferring to Wisconsin. He played minor league baseball for Tri-City Dust Devils in 2010 and the Asheville Tourists in 2011 as a second baseman. Now, the reason he's the fashion buzz of the week really isn't to do so much with his athleticism. It has more to do with the fact that he is a loving and devoted husband, an amazing father. And since it's Black History Month, I wanted to celebrate Black love. And since he is the epitome of what I feel like is such an amazing man. I don't know him personally, but obviously seeing what you see on social media and kind of what you don't see, because I feel like sometimes what you don't see kind of speaks through to like kind of who couples are, especially in the celebrity industry world. Just a little quick background on both of them, because he's married to Sierra, and in 2014 it was both difficult for both Sierra and him separately because they obviously were in separate situations. Sierra was engaged in October 2014, and Sierra called it quits with her fiance Future, who she had a son with, and he was 6 months at the time. And obviously due to Future's cheating and infidelity, not infidelity because they weren't married yet, but cheating and very public humiliation, I guess, but she felt it kind of put a dwindle on, career and relationship. And then it went, now fast forward to Wilson, who also filed for his first divorce from his first wife, Ashton Meme, in 2014, and they were together for 2 years. What I love about him is he's very classy. There was no like digging or jabs at her. It was just kind of very like, unreconcilable differences and just kind of doing their own thing, and they just kind of needed their own time to get through it. Now, about a year after that, around April, Wilson and Sierra were first seen out and about, but they're keeping it very low key. So you didn't really know that they were even dating until they had their official first public date at the White House Correspondent Dinner. I'm not sure if you remember that. What I loved about the fact that they weren't trying to be public, they weren't trying to let everybody know at first. So obviously they were probably dating for a hot minute, and we can only imagine what was happening during that time and getting to know each other. And as they continued to get to know each other and then eventually got engaged not long after that, they both decided to abstain from sex before marriage. And they were very open about it in the public, and they're both, Christians and just trying to do things the right way I absolutely love the fact that they overcame whatever obstacles they were coming from. They weren't kind of fully tainted from relationships and decided to go full force back into something like this. Especially when you see, like, I don't know, baseball players, any type of celebrities. You don't always find that from a divorce you're going to jump back into a marriage right away, I should say. You know what I mean? And that's actually what he did. And to see him so happy from what we could see, and just he makes a lot of not daily posts, but he posts a lot about her and just has a lot of inspirational things to say. And I love that he loves her so much, and you can feel it through her and her music as well, with her song The Greatest Love. I just absolutely love their relationship. And it's just funny when I see Future trying to take jabs at him, because I'm just like, why? He's being a great father to your son too. So I'm just celebrating him because he just handles those jabs with class and just completely dismisses it and focuses back on his love for Sierra and their family. So this is why you are Fashion Buzz of the Week, because you are just the epitome of greatness, and I love it.
He cool.
He amazing. He's not just cool. He's so
I don't like
awesome.
him as a football player.
That's why I said it wasn't about the football.
I know, but still.
That's shady. I was like, it's not about the football.
I just don't like him as a football player. But
really? Is he just... He's not that good. No, okay.
He's good, but
he's
I feel
good,
like he's one of those, like, he gets too much credit for what he does or what the team does. It's like, you're not... Nah. Like, you're tricking everybody.
How?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. But... And even with this whole, like, Sierra thing, like...
Let's hear this.
No.
Black
Listen,
love on love. Go ahead.
I am just like, I like things that seem real. You get what I'm saying? This doesn't seem real.
Why? Because it seems too good to be true?
Exactly.
That's why I love it.
That's why it's not good.
That's why,
people need, like, again, they're doing what they're doing.
Yes.
But people, okay, even like with football, people give him too much credit for things that aren't really him. Just the other day, he got some big credit for buying her masters. He never bought her masters.
I know, I read that too. I was actually going to bring that up, and I'm like...
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
no,
it's one of these...
It's not his fault that people assume that. The thing is people write things without... This is where I hate about... Not you, but people in general.
It's too good.
People decide to write things based off of... Because she mentioned that she owns her own masters in an interview. It had nothing to do with Wilson. She didn't say Wilson bought it. But somebody took that and ran with it and said that he bought her masters. I ran with it. I all posted that on my Instagram.
There has to be something more to it. Like, his name had to be brought up somewhere in the mix.
I don't think so.
Masters and talk for it to be like, oh, he gifted her masters.
I think people just see that. Obviously, he's more of the breadwinner in the relationship. Not saying she doesn't do her own thing, but I think that people just see that and assume she got it because of him. And I think that's the bad thing about this, about social media, because they make up things as they go along. And for me, the reason why I love this relationship, even if, God forbid, it's not exactly how we see it. And obviously, relationships have their own problems, right? But what I love about it is the fact that they're pushing positivity, beautiful love in our faces versus cheating, infidelity, have 10 women, sleep around, be a stripper, get a man, have kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm so tired of seeing that constant trend of, I don't know, like, just, you know, being a stripper and becoming famous, marrying a celebrity.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer to be, like, in a relationship that looks perfect on, like, paper or on social media?
I don't think it's perfect, though. I think... Sorry, I'll let you finish this, but go ahead.
Like, in the sense of, like you said, it's always positive. Like, he's never gone back at Future, or, you know what I mean? Where, like...
Okay. Can I kind of get what you're saying? Can I just answer this part? I just want to say... That's why I purposely read the fact that he went from a divorce. You were married for 2 years. It didn't work. Sierra she dated many people in you know, celebrities, and it didn't work out. And then to have a child with one and get engaged and publicly, you know, and humiliated. 50 Cent even kind of, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of did a little jab with Sierra at a point in time. And so for her to finally find somebody that she feels like, okay, I'm going to hold on to this before I want to expose it. And once she did, I feel like, I don't think they were trying. I think it's kind of effortless. I feel like I don't see them really like, look, babe, show the camera how much you love me. I feel like he just wants to show the world how much he genuinely loves her. Because once she's beautiful, and he's a good looking man. So I feel like he's beautiful. And so, you know, like for me, I just feel like it's just a positive look. And the thing is like social media, wants us to now look at it as like they're too happy. No,
Yeah.
I think no. And see, this is the thing. Like, what is too happy? Smiling on the camera?
Much.
Nah, V. I'm sorry, I can't agree with you.
It's too much. It's just like.
So they want people to limit how happy they can be on social media.
Yes, because my problem is tone it down or limit it, because then when the shit hits the fan, these are all the things that they're gonna drag back up,
drag it,
and be like, "Hey, so you mean the times when you did this and the times when you were posting all these things, you were really smashing her best friend?" Or you get what I'm saying? Like,
see, but why do you assume it's gonna turn into that? I don't. Like, that's the thing. Like, I genuinely don't feel that's where this is going. You get me? And I could be wrong. Like, you know, sometimes I'm wrong. But I hope that that's not the case. I just feel like with their relationship, it just because even if you look on his social media page, he doesn't post her, like, overly. He doesn't post the kids overly. Like, he posts, you know, enough. And he posts a lot more about, like, you know, his sport and, you know, what he's doing for the community and stuff like that. But he doesn't post a lot about the relationship. And then on her page, she's a little bit more gushy about it because she should damn well be. She supports her man and, you know, you're happy. I feel like when you are happy, you do tend to share it. And sometimes it makes people question, are you genuine?
Or is it bragging?
It could be both.
Why?
Sometimes it's like,
don't we
you
learn
know what?
though?
No, because you know what? Sometimes you want people to see that real love does exist.
But why do you need them to see it if it's your love? And this is my problem. It's your love, and then when the shit hits the fan, you're gonna ask for privacy and for your privacy to be respected.
Well,
where was all of that privacy that you wanted back? Like, you pick a side.
Listen.
Either you're gonna post it all, or when you guys get divorced, I want to see the text message thread of you cussing him and telling
when they get divorced. I am banking on them forever. Okay,
whatever,
I'm banking on them forever.
Pick a side. Like, you either mad, happy, and if you're sharing your happiness, share us the other side too, because that's what has all these people thinking, well, she's posting it, then I gotta post it, so I look just as happy. And you
really,
get into that place.
I just feel like there's a time and place for everything. I feel like you don't need to let the media into, especially social media, into your actual life. So when you're going through problems, the world is not the best place to share your problems with, because they will hold it against you. And so I feel like, yeah, if you're happy and you have a good moment, share it. But to share the bad times too, it's not a safe place to do that anymore. I don't think that people are understanding of that, because even with Cardi B, for example, now that she's back with Offset again, you know what I mean? I don't care if you want to forgive him and be happy again. People are still going to look at that situation like, you're an idiot. You need to get it together. You need to leave him. Fuck off. If she's happy and she wants to take him back, let her be. That's her business. If she gets cheated on again, for her business, it is not our problem. So, but social media doesn't look at it like that. They ridicule everybody. And I just feel like, let them live. If you want to show the happy side, do that, sis. If you want to show the bad side, for your business, because you're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with everybody talking about you afterwards. So sometimes I'm not mad at people when they only want to show the good side, because people tend to take that like misery loves company, and then they sit there and want to chat your business. Like,
but what about the blurred line of like other people seeing that and then thinking that they now need to live up to, like, this now becomes the standard of love and the standard of relationships and what a man should be doing? I
think everybody needs to look at their own life and think of their own standards and their own limitations to what they can do. I don't think you need to look at anybody else and say, this is what I need to start doing, this is what I need to live up to. You know yourself. You know your goals. Find somebody to match that goal, period. Find somebody that can grow with you to get those goals, period. It does not need to be a social media and celebrity lifestyle, because that's not you. And if you do want to achieve that, well, go find somebody to do that with. But you can't look at somebody and say, this isn't fair, because how am I supposed to live up to this? That's not your life.
But that's why people have like relationship goals. Everything is hashtag relationship goals.
Yeah, relationship.
And then they now make those their actual goals.
But relationship goals, even me, like I look at this couple, and my relationship goals is not exactly like what they have. It's more so, how to explain it? It's more so saying, okay, you want that big house. You want to, have children, and you want to be able to say, okay, I can provide for my kids and do these things and travel with them, and like different little things along the way. It doesn't necessarily have to be, I have to be married to somebody who's a football player and I have to become a singer. It's not those type of goals. You know what I mean? Mm. So when people look at it and say relationship goals, they just want what that happiness looks like. Now, we don't know if that's happy, but we know what it looks like to us, and we want that piece of happiness. And I think that's what most people say when they mean relationship goals. Some people look at it materialistically. I want those cars, relationship goals. You know what I mean? But I know for me, it's more so what it looks like to me, what I feel when I see them. That's what I love, and I will say relationship goals. And that's why I kind of made him Black, our Fashion Buzz of the Week. So. Shout out Russell Wilson. Get out of here. You got to mash up the thing. You mash up the whole set. And moving along. Do you want to do entertainment before I get into topic of the week?
I'll just do two things really quickly. So I should vow to never talk about this, but it's just funny. Apparently, Tristan cheated on Khloe.
Good. Go ahead. Talk about it.
I'm sorry. So Khloe Kardashian has apparently, according to TMZ, broken up with Tristan Thompson after finding out that he was allegedly cheating on her with her sister's best friend, with Kylie Jenner's best friend named Jordan Woods, who is, she looks, yeah, she...
You know who Jordan Woods, I think it's Will Smith's niece.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it neat? I had no idea. No clue. She's cute. Like, she's not my type, but she's cute though. She looks good. Cute. So apparently Tristan flew into LA to spend Valentine's Day on Thursday with Khloe and their daughter True. But on Sunday that just passed, which was the night of the All-Star game that he wasn't a part of because he's doing too much cheating. No, I don't know why. He's just not good enough. But on Sunday, he was at a house party where he was apparently snuggled up with Kylie's best friend Jordan. Witnesses say that Tristan and Jordan were all over each other and making out. And as soon as Khloe was informed, she broke things off with Tristan and says, quote, she has had enough. And apparently there is no chance to fix this as, yeah. I mean, like, my question at the end of all of this was like, nigga, are you serious? That was my question, like, at the end of this all. Nigga, are you serious? Because...
Go ahead.
How do you get caught doing this public stuff again?
It's a setup.
I'm sorry?
It's a setup.
What's the setup?
I believe they set him up.
How did they? How can they? Did they drug you?
No, because he's a whore and he sleeps with everybody.
And that's not a setup.
No, it's a setup in the sense of who it was with. You genuinely believe that Kylie's best friend is gonna go sleep with her sister's man?
He's rich.
It happened. So is Kylie. No offense, like your best friend's rich, huh?
So she probably don't like women.
No. In the sense, I can't. I'm gonna start sneezing. In the sense that your friend is technically a billionaire. She puts you on, makeup line, whatever. And again, I believe she comes from, a bit of money, so she's not, she's not poor or anything. She's not using her, I should say. So you have a best friend. You've been around in the family long enough to know that, one, go code, that's the worst thing that you could possibly do. However, I personally think, and watch this come out, my thing is I believe that they set the whole thing up. The sisters, and they said, okay, look, we need to find an inside source who can really be reliable to say, okay, this is the fact. He made out with such and such. He's gonna take the bait regardless. We just need to make sure that the source is reliable and that they can come back and tell us what actually happened. And I feel like that's why it got released so easily. You think that the best friend is gonna, how did it come out so quickly? Here's TMZ reported it. It's a fact. Party.
It's a party. So
the most public thing.
A lot of people seeing it.
But that's my point. You're not even trying to hide. Like, let's be real. Like, he's not hiding. But she has more to lose if she was really doing this. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I guarantee, girls are smart, eh? Girls are not stupid. I guarantee the sisters were like, yo, he doesn't care. We need our sister to get rid of this man, and she's not doing it. So why don't we get someone we know? Hey, why don't we get Jordan? Jordan, you go make out with Tristan. And then, we posted, and then eventually she should realize he's a scumbag, and she leaves him. It worked. My personal opinion. I think that was her plan.
I feel like even if it was a setup, which is far-fetched, nigga. How exactly?
No, but how is it far-fetched? It's the best friend.
Because, they could have done this a long time ago, and it doesn't. They could have.
No, because it's not an easy thing to do.
But here's the thing: You want to set him up. You can set him up and have pictures taken. You're not poor.
They've done that though. They've done that.
They didn't set him up for pictures. He did that himself.
No, listen.
I
was just scared. Don't you know who?
He did that himself.
No, he did not. See, this is the thing. I know people don't want to say the Kardashians have a lot of pull, but the Kardashians have a lot of
Which is why
pull.
If they really want to set it up, it would be like, bro, we could really set you up.
The thing is even those pictures that came out originally with him and the girls, right? Like, who private investigator sat outside taking pictures? I know, obviously, they have people, paparazzis, I get it. But it was in Toronto, I believe, or wherever they were taking these pictures. Cool. She's seen the picture. She stayed with him. So clearly that wasn't working. Why not get somebody who's close enough that you will be embarrassed? You know what I mean?
But that's what makes no sense. Because if she already went through, bless you.
Thank you.
If he already went through the picture part and she didn't leave him because of that, there's not even pictures for this. So what would be the point of setting it up just for word of mouth?
Because people seen it was at a party.
We all saw the girl rub it on his crotch on camera.
Who is the girl?
It doesn't matter. We saw it happen.
No, you're right. But this is the difference with men and women, right? Like with women, we care who the person is. Sometimes women tend to forgive you because we don't know the women, and we don't have to. And I'm being real. Some women, you don't see them again, you don't really care. Whatever, it's done. When it's someone you know, it's harder to forgive you because we constantly have to see that face or that person, that smirk on her face. Like, what is she effing thinking? You know what I mean? So it's a little different for us women. So maybe because, yes, he's a celebrity, there's groupies, she's going to write it off as they're being thirsty. My man, he's obviously, a ball player. It's harder for him to say no, whatever. It happens, which we all know in the NBA. Okay, cool, we'll let it go. But now when it's so close to home, it's technically like a very close friend trying to mess with your man. Like, are you kidding me? Your baby father?
My nigga,
get out of here.
Why are you putting yourself in this position?
Which one?
Tristan.
Tristan doesn't care. You think he cares?
Then why try to get her back when it's all said and done?
Because honestly, I don't know what his whole motive is with the situation. Exactly. It's ammo. I don't know what it is.
Makes no sense.
But what makes sense to me is who they used, and I'm saying it now, who they used as the pond in the situation, okay? Because Jordan is a reliable source. They know whatever she says is bond, and they also know that people seen, so she's not making it up. They sit in a very public place. If she was trying to be sneaky, I'm sorry, she could have did it way better than that. She would not make out with her best friend's sister, who is a very big public figure, with another very big public figure in a party. Let's be real, guys. Let's use our common sense here.
They could have been drunk.
No, they weren't drunk. She knew what she was doing, and he did, but didn't care. And
it's still his fault.
100%. I'm not disagreeing that it's not his fault. I'm just saying that this was a setup on the Kardashians' end. They knew what they were doing.
So is this like what they wanted?
1,000%. Not Khloe. I think more so the family. I think the family was trying to get rid of Tristan because of since you were pregnant and he was cheating on you. Then you have this baby and it's embarrassing. And then after the fact, because she struggled to have a baby before in the past. You were married in the past to an NBA player. You know what I mean? Like out of all of the sisters, I've always loved watching her the most when I used to watch the Kardashians, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She just seemed very genuine, down to earth and fun. And so to have that very fun, genuine, down to earth sister get hurt multiple times by these jerks, it just seems like, you know what? Finally, she found somebody. She's finally able to have a baby. And then, boom, you're pregnant and this man's cheating on you very publicly. Then she forgives him and everybody's like, well, I guess we're going to have to forgive him too. Remember, they all blocked him off of social media. Then they allowed him back into the family because, again, if your family member says, I'm over it, you got to get over it too, right? So everybody let him back in. But I'm pretty sure he continued cheating anyways. And this time they said, no, we're going to make sure she leaves him this time. So why not use somebody we know? Because this time around, she's not going to take him back, which hopefully she doesn't after this.
One hell of a theory.
And I guarantee I am right. I guarantee, okay? I feel like I told them to do this, but I didn't. But anyways, everybody's saying, oh, I can't believe. But I'm like, but can't believe. This is a setup if y'all can't see it. Like, come on. Anyways, continue.
I hope for your sake you're right.
I am right. I'm banking on me this time. I know it.
No, in the interest of time, I'll keep it at that one story. We can go on. that was interesting.
You're so silly. Did you have another one? Did you want to say?
No.
Okay.
It was like it's about Jamal Lyons.
No.
But
no. Anywho, see with that one.
That was why I'm just like it's
the
too,
reason why
it's too much.
I don't want to bring him up yet is until we get the facts. I can't deal with social media. I can't deal with fake news. I'm not saying fake news, but until we get the real story, until we have real pictures, a video evidence, something.
But the cops are investigating it.
Yeah, but no offense, I don't always trust the cops either.
I don't trust them either, but
the story is really wishy-washy. But until I get some serious facts, I feel like...
Do you think we ever will?
Huh?
Do you think we ever will get the actual facts?
I think we'll get enough. Because they're going to
come from the cops.
I think we'll get enough. Again, I don't always trust the police.
But that's what I'm saying. The ultimate story is going to come from them. Because there's no private investigate. He's already given his side. But
he hasn't given them his phone. He hasn't given them a lot of information.
He gave that, which makes it worse because he basically I did it with the bank one time. I didn't know it was a thing. They asked for a statement and I sent it as a PDF because I'm like, I know PDF. They're like, no. You can alter that. We want the actual thing. And that's what he did. Instead of sending what was given to him, he then put it into PDF and sent it to them. Why didn't you just send them what you got?
Listen. We're going to talk about it when it all comes out. When it all unravels, because I feel like we're judging something and someone that hasn't really fully been able to share his side of the story. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like he shared it all.
Okay. Topic of the week before we get any further into that. Maybe we'll come back to that afterwards. Topic of the week is fashion boycott. Is it fashion boycott season or are blacks being too sensitive?
That one. That one.
Okay.
All of it.
Okay. You think all of it?
All of it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All of it.
I had this random conversation with somebody today, actually. And it was a black person, actually. And we were talking about this. And I don't know, like just having another designer having to apologize, obviously, in this situation for the Noose hoodie, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys have already seen on the picture that I posted for the flyer for today. We got into it and he was like, oh my gosh, like, why do black people have to be so sensitive? Not everything is about them. Okay. Pause.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, it is. A lot of the times it is about us. And in this situation, it's not as much about us than it is about suicide, which is a very serious topic to be talking about in the first place, because obviously we all know the noose is referred to the hangman's knot, and they would use that back in the Elizabethan era that would be associated with hanging a person, obviously, right? We obviously know about slavery. We know that slaves have been hung and all the other stuff. So I'm not saying it's directly only associated with black people, but I think that suicide is not a joke matter. I don't think you should be using this in a fashion sense. I think that right now, especially during this era and this time when the suicide rates and depression is very high, having something that around your shirt, could you imagine somebody actually hanging themselves with that?
That's your choice. If you're not going to use that, you're going to use something else.
Person right here I'm not speaking to for a second. What kind of message are you sending children and people when you design these type of things? Like, what message are you really trying to portray?
Here's my problem.
Go ahead.
If it comes to fashion, you cannot, again, pick and choose the messages that want to be shared. People are now more okay with somebody walking on a stage next to naked and calling it fashion in a completely see-through outfit, calling it fashion with children, young girls seeing this and saying, that is what the Beyoncés and the Rihannas are going to wear. I want to wear that too. They're more concerned with a string that represents, at a time, a noose. Okay. Which one are we going to, like, what are we picking here?
What I will agree with you on that is, obviously, fashion is more, okay, first of all, fashion is a statement, right? And I feel like when it does come to bearing it all, all, I'm not saying I agree with it, but to me, bearing it all in some cases is kind of being more comfortable in your skin. Not everybody's going to do that. And you learn that from a very young age. Like I've noticed little girls will be, you know, we gain weight in certain areas and they'll be a little bit more uncomfortable in wearing those little belly tops, and they'll say, I don't feel comfortable. However, when you're a slimmy, you know, you're slim and everything and you're feeling nice, you're going to put on the little cute belly top. So it's not one of those situations where I'm a little girl, I'm going to put on that, you know, whatever top and I'm going to walk around, whatever. But a noose, when you may feel insecure or you may feel like you're in a dark place or you're being abused or you're being bullied at school or whatever the case may be. I remember growing up and having a boy, I think it was in high school actually, and we were like, he was only 14 years old and was being bullied and he committed suicide. He killed himself in the basement and hung himself. Now, to me, having fashion like this is not going to help you think, let me not do it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just promoting a negative light for these people. Like there's kids that I'm not saying that we obviously do know there's a lot of kids that are easily influenced, and I'm not saying that this is going to be the cause of it, but during a time where everything is a little bit more sensitive, can you not think of what you're putting out there? Like who the hell is coming up with all these ideas? Like,
but that's my whole thing. They're trying, like, I just feel like you can't, everybody wants to be fashion forward, and then they literally just pick and choose, like, and it's like, if this thing comes out and nobody says anything about it and it doesn't make a headline, it's okay. But I see it and I'm like, what the hell is this?
But they know what they're doing, and that's what pisses me off. Like,
I don't think they know what they're doing. Why would a company, any company at all be promoting suicide?
Okay. So, do you know what a noose is?
Yes.
So, if you were in a room with a bunch of other designers and you guys decided, hey, we need to come up with the next fashion statement, something that's big, something that's different, and someone's like, hey, let's put a noose on a hoodie, you would not think anything about it?
I would question it.
But you would know morally that is not right.
But I would question it. I'd be like, why? Like, I don't even think it looks good.
I
don't even think it looks good.
Okay, but ask 10 more people that same question. Everybody has an opinion on it. The fact of the matter is even if you have a table full of people and at least 2 people were like, hey, this is a little questionable, but some of them want the attention. Now, they from now should know that the attention is not going to be a positive one, because Prada, Gucci, Moncler, all these designers have already been ridiculed for and apologized publicly for the same shit. Not the noose, but the black face and the lips and the hoodie turtlenecks and all that stuff, and the other one for the mask with the same little. Why are you guys doing this? You guys know what it looks like. Katy Perry, I think it is. She had these shoes. It looked like.
But it was black shoes. That's
black shoes with no. It was not it. It had the red lips.
But it had blue eyes.
Listen to me.
Do we know black people with blue eyes?
All I'm saying to you is you have to think twice before you anything. You know your brand. You know your audience. All I'm saying to you is when you're making something, there's a lot that goes into it. I took fashion marketing and merchandising. There's a marketing team. There's a whole designer team. There's different production teams that you're working with when it comes to just even a simple design. It doesn't go through one person. Do you know what I mean?
But that's my whole point. So the fact that it went through all these different departments,
they know what they're doing.
Still made it out,
and they know what they're doing.
No, because
you can sit here and say they don't know what they're doing, but they know what they're doing.
Who is the they? You're telling me
the they is Moncler. I'm blaming the whole of Moncler. But that's
the whole
of Gucci.
So then even the black people at the company know what they're doing.
100%. So whoever works there. You blame the companies, and that's why I feel it needs to be a fashion boycott. I think that these people really need. The thing is what we tend to do is shame on you. We need an apology. They apologize, and then in the next day,
my problem with black people?
Mayweather's wearing the outfit.
With black people is this: even in this Gucci boycott, we're boycotting for 3 months. What the hell does that do?
No, and that's my whole point.
What does the hell does that do?
I don't think it needs to be a 3 months. I think it legitimately needs to be just stop wearing it.
But they're not going to, and that's why I don't even jump on these waves and these bandwagons. Because everybody cusses and complains. The All-Star Weekend, there was a shitload of ball players sitting front row
with Gucci
hoodies.
I know.
You get what I'm saying?
My thing is, though, there was a post that I seen, and the post was like Gucci posts the hoodie, not the hoodie, the turtleneck shirts, whatever, right? And then it's like, black people, shame on you. We're gonna stop wearing it. And then it was like Gucci, good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't care. And my whole message, I'm not saying that was from Gucci, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, I believe that a lot of them are racist and sensitive. I think that they have a hidden agenda, and they are pretty much doing it. It's like they're slapping us in our face, and they know they're still taking our money.
But that's why I'm not going to jump again on any wave or bandwagon, because if we are all aware of this, then why are we fawning over Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Monk? Why are we doing it? And the leaders, the people who have the money, are not investing in the black fashion lines and wearing those on the front row of All-Star Weekend, which is basically a A-list celebrity weekend at this point in the black hip-hop, whatever culture you want to call it, modern-day pop culture. That is a A-list weekend. From the Jay-Z's to the Beyoncé's to the Kevin Hart's to the Will Smith to everybody that you can name it. The Drakes has spent a weekend at All-Star Weekend, because when you make it to front row or front 5 rows or front 10 rows at All-Star Weekend, that's a sign like, I've made it. Why are they not wearing these black-owned businesses and these black-owned fashion lines? That is why I'm not going to care. When somebody,
you have to care. You know what? The difference is a lot of them are wearing different designers. So if you notice, some of them are sticking to Fendi. Some of them are sticking with specific type of design.
Until that one comes out and does something black.
But at the end of the day, my whole thing is, you have to start somewhere, right? And so a lot of these people, actually a lot of artists and like celebrities from Atlanta who are starting to support black designers. And I've seen a bunch of posts of them posting like high-end brands from black designers, and they were purchasing them.
But I feel like even the posting is not going to do it, because then you're still wearing Gucci when it matters.
It's not Gucci.
Cut it off.
No, I completely agree, but
all of them.
Again, it's a start. So we have to see where this goes, but we also have to be a part of that movement where we say, okay, fine, like, let's really stop. Everybody stop supporting these, unless this is what you represent and this is what you're for, then all for it, continue doing it. But I feel like if you know their message and their hidden agenda, why do you continue to support
because
that?
I don't think that's the problem. You're not going to convince everybody that there is a hidden agenda, which is why they feel no way still wearing it.
I feel like that they should be getting it. How do you know? There's a hidden agenda there, period.
Then why are they still wearing it?
You know what the funny thing is? What song? You know when Drake says, don't need Gucci on my back, TV Gucci got my back. Yeah. I wonder if he meant that, like, legit, like, I don't need Gucci on my back. Because you notice, I don't really see Drake wearing any Gucci.
I don't even know if it's Gucci, but...
No, like, for real. You think about it. I don't know. I'm curious.
I think, like, now he'll spin it and be like, oh, yeah, that's definitely what I meant.
But how do you know? Because Drake does... The thing is with Drake, you notice he does a lot of things in advance. Even the whole thing with his son.
That's not real.
I'm done with you.
That's not real.
You know what?
We proved that's not real already.
How do we prove that?
That's not his son's middle name.
That's his son's first name.
My bed is... No, remember he said my bed. He said, oh,
my bed
and my mom.
What is his son's name?
My bed and my mom. I'm sorry. My bed is not his son's middle name.
It's his son's first name.
No, his son's first name is Adonis.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you. You know what? Thank you for tuning in to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host, Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. I'm sick. Give me a little break today, okay? We are on Fashion Boycott, so stand with us. Am I Monique by myself? Stand with me in this boycott. Fashion Boycott.